Welcome to the GMBN Tech Show. Coming up this week, we've got loads of bikes.
Yeah, mostly metal too. We've got to start with some really sad news, which is that the German bike brand YT, Youth Talent, has moved into self-administration. We know that there's going to be a lot of consumers, well, we know there is a lot of consumers affected, and also the small team that are making these great bikes at YT are going to be affected too. It's a really crap situation for all involved.
Yeah, so officially YT is saying they are fully operational with business continuing as normal during the restructuring process. Customer service and warranty support continue to be available. A new product launch is still on track to launch in the coming months.
Yeah, we really hope there is a resolution and things get worked out for everyone involved as soon as possible, because if you've placed an order for a bike and now you're not going to get one, that is exceptionally Yeah.
But yeah, this kind of leads us on to, should we be sort of worried about, is this like a warning sign of a reset or things to come?
I mean, a good question. I mean, YT are a bigger brand. They're a direct-to-consumer who have weathered lots of storms, I would say, that we've had most recently, because we've had, the pre-pandemic, there was kind of like struggles and issues, and then during the pandemic, well, there was this incredible boom where everything was going great guns and lots of brands invested lots into inventory because, well, inventory was just flying out the door as loads of people were fixing up bikes and getting bikes back in. And I think there was a problem if you were a brand, and it's not so much that it was just greed related, it was more that if they wanted to get bikes to consumers, the people that are making their bikes were wanting to have big orders to be able to secure all the parts to make the bikes and all of this kind of process. And that meant that some brands had to, possibly overinvest in terms of numbers of bikes to make sure that their bikes were available and to get them.
And then sort of post-pandemic, the demand slowed down, so ended up with this massive overstock. And then since then, everyone discounting things to try and get rid of said stock as well, which has kind of meant prices have gone sort of who can go the lowest.
Yeah, and I guess we early on we saw CRC wiggle, stall and collapse. I think everybody was really hopeful just because of the brands that they've worked with, Vitus and Uteproof, being really storied brands. But unfortunately, they did just melt away, and their issue was complex as well. It is really tricky because you're right. It's led to almost this sort of like discounting wars.
Yeah.
I guess that's not all bad though.
No. It means you guys have been able to get out on some nice bikes at a really good price. Yeah. But at the same time, it means brands are having to lose a significant amount of change on each bike. Yeah, and
that might not sound like a problem. and I guess it is really complicated because there's lots of money involved, and I don't think it's just about people wanting like a return on investment. They've spent loads of money making bikes, they want to sell them and get rich quick. I think there's this thing of venture capital where people are investing funds to help grow businesses, and I think genuinely lots of venture capital is there to grow nicer businesses, but there are ones that do just want a quick return on on their cash in, and that's meant that we've gone through this kind of not great period and they want their return, and then means that companies are having to talk to their creditors, and that doesn't often work out. No. It is complicated. Yeah.
But have we seen, in the case of YT, similar things happen with other brands, and how's that worked out for them?
Yeah, that's really true. I mean, we saw with Carne just before Ciota, not this year, but previous year, where they've got a new bike, they were going to launch it, and then, they sort of didn't show it, and it sounded like they were up for sale, and it was in a really bad place. This, incredibly storied brand was going to go under. Thankfully, their old owners bought them back again, and now, they're going through a bit of restructuring. But you're right, I feel like we've seen this with Rocky Mountain as well, and then here in the UK with Orange Bikes as well, they've had a bit of a restructure. And with Revel Bikes, who did a mirror almost to Kona, where they got bikes at Ciota, which we saw, they look great, but they kind of had to pause them. It's really tough. Yeah. It's a tough market out there.
So how do we reckon it's going to play out from here?
That is the $1 million question. Yeah, I think there's going to be some consumers that are going to be really annoyed and really pissed off. There's going to be people that had really great jobs in the bike industry that potentially won't. I think that's some of the headlines. I think for lots of bike brands, it's really tough out there. And these kind of like, and initially it seems like a really great idea that the price of bikes comes down and down and down and gets cheaper. But effectively, it's just shorted the market. So we've got lots of bikes that are too cheap. So how do you build a brand from that? Yeah, I don't know. It's really tough. What do you think? What are your current concerns about the market? Are you worried about stuff, or are you just happy to get a really good discount bike? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, for some good news, especially if you're an Ibisian. Yep, that's right. If you're an Ibis fan, got good news. What have we got?
So we have got a new Ripley AF.
Yeah, AF.
Aluminium frame.
Oh, right, cool. Yeah, good to,
Yeah, not
aluminium frame.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I often think about Ibis just from, I am old, so I think of their like really cool steel stuff and then their wild titanium stuff. And then they kind of made that Mojo carbon bike, which is like the first, in my head, like carbon but trail bike. Their AF series, so these aluminium frames, have been really good at offering more value. So what have we got? We've got new bikes.
Yes.
Right.
So, that Ripley AF. So you've got 130mm rear wheel travel paired with a 140 fork.
Nice.
You've got 29 on all sizes.
Okay.
Uses a DWV5 suspension link. It's got a flip chip so you can MX it too.
Yep.
Cool. In-frame storage.
That's nice.
That's cool on an aluminium frame. Yep. UDH, so it's with the times.
Okay, yeah.
180mm post-mount rear brake. Not through the headset cable routing.
That sounds, I quite like that.
Yep, user-friendly. 5 sizes, but with that, 5 specific dialed-in geometries as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
That, because they've got that on their carbon bikes, and effectively they're doing, it sounds really obvious that each bike size would be different, but effectively what Ibis doing, and if it's the same with this one, it's not just they grow the front end, they're growing
the whole bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they also then do on the carbon bike, so I'm assuming it's same on this one, which is the tune is different on the suspension, which I know you kind of be like, hang on, why is that? But then if, the points of where the rear wheel is compared to the other part of the bike, it's really clever. Yeah. Right, okay, cool.
Proper clever, yeah.
Okay, right.
So
all of that sounds really good. So we've got lots of sizes, we've got really good specs.
Yep.
It's going to be quite expensive, isn't it?
It's not too bad. So we are looking for a build that's got Shimano Dior 12-speed on it. It's $3,500.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, that seems quite good.
Frame only from 2249 and lifetime warranty.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, that is very good. I like that a lot. Yep. That's really good. So that's the
AF.
That's the Ripley.
Yep.
Okay, so have they got the? Is it because they've got a Ripley Plus? Is that the Ripmo? It is.
Yes.
Do they do the Ripmo in the AF as well?
By the looks of it, yes.
Very good.
Very good.
Right, okay. Yep. So my understanding of the Ripley is that that's their short travel one, and then they've got the Ripmo because it's sort of between the Ripley and the Mojo.
Yep.
And it rips more. Ripmo. I love that.
Yep.
Yeah, anyway. 150mm of rear travel, 160 fork, 29er on the extra medium, large and XLs. Probably need to explain that, they have, 5 sizes, and there is a medium plus an extra medium for those people that need a
not
slightly
quite large,
bigger.
but not quite.
Exactly, just in between. Again, it's got DW5, so that's Dave Weigel suspension system, flip chip, so you can MX it should you so wish, in-frame storage, UDH, up to a 220 rear rotor. So it hints that this one is a bit roundier.
Yep.
5 sizes, 5 specific geometries, progressive as well. So 64-degree head angle on all of them. There's then 4 different swing arms or back ends for the 5 different bike sizes. So again, it's this size specificness, which is really clever. Which then means all the kinematics are different, which is very clever, that they're all optimised. And I guess that's the key bit is, why would you want to have 5 different sizes and 5 different suspension travels? Is that, not different suspension travels, different tunes, is so that ride experience is the same for the person that's on the XL as they are on the small, which is...
that's cool.
Yeah, isn't it? Right.
I like that.
Yeah, so you've got a build here, starting with Dior 12-speed mechanical from $3,799 US.
Not bad.
Yeah, I think that's real good. Again, with lifetime warranty. Are you an Ibisian? Have you been an Ibisian?
I haven't yet.
Well, there we go. Right. Are you a fan of the brand? Let us know. If you're big into Ibises, and if you're an Ibisian, let us know in the comments down below.
Next up, Revel. We spoke about them earlier, actually. Yes, they are reviving their titanium models.
Oh, very
cool.
good. Okay, that is good. They're still based in Colorado, aren't they? So they've had that big wobble, which we discussed previously, where they showed lots of bikes at Sea Otter and then kind of paused. Okay, what are the models? What have they got?
So, as well as the bike that was launched at Sea Otter, we've now got a new Rascal, a new Ranger, Ritual, and the EMTB Rerun.
Yes.
Very
good.
Yeah.
And then, these new Thai bikes, they've got the Thai Raid. 140mm travel Thai hardtail, so kind of like burly. 5 sizes. It's that sort of longer, slacker number. They sound really quite fun, to be fair. They've all got sliding dropouts as well, so you could make them, single speedable, but it's a UDH sliding dropout, so then it plays nicely with, newer stuff.
That's cool.
Lifetime warranty. The frame only is $2,499, and then prices for complete bikes are at $4,449 That is real hard for me to say. And the other bike, they've got 2. What's
so the El Jefe. It's the Adventure hardtail.
Nice.
So built around a 120mm fork. Still a progressive build, but for sort of going fast in the backcountry.
Yes.
Which is cool. So a little bit milder on the geometry, but it's still quite slack for hardtail at 67.5 degrees, and it's got clearance for 2.6-inch tyres with sliding dropouts again.
That is a lot of,
that's really cool.
lot of rubber.
Yeah.
Very good. And same lifetime warranty, and pricing is the same. So $2,499 and bikes start from $4,449.
Yeah. Pick your flavour.
Yeah, nice. Very good.
Up next, Orbea have launched some new spec options for the OIs.
Lovely.
So they're full SAS XC platform. You can now spec it with Shimano's Di2, XTR and XT group sets, which is quite cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah. So what have we got? So there's near carbon copy of the race bike now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I think
very good.
You were saying Jen Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson, who races on the Orbea factory team, who we've done some videos with, which you may have seen when we went to Nova Mesto. She's now Canadian champion.
Very cool.
I think actually twice. I think she won short track and she won Olympic distance over the weekend.
That's
so
cool.
Very good.
Yeah.
I feel that wasn't just the bike and XTR. That was obviously Jen Jackson being incredible on a bike. But that spec bike is essentially this spec bike, the M Team Factory Edition.
Yep.
Which has got the jazzier carbon, because the Orbea do it on the road, don't they, where they've got the OMX and the OMR, which is like this different layup.
Yeah, so the OMX is more sort of tuned into like high performance sort of race, sort of sharper, snappier feel.
Yeah.
Whereas the OMR is maybe a little bit more, dare I say, compliant and a bit more forgiving.
Okay, I need compliance, so that's good.
Yeah. So what have we got? We have the full, dare I say, sort of factory replica bike.
Yeah, I think you could call it that.
Yeah, we can call it that. At £8,889, €9,299 or $9,299.
Yeah.
It is a chunk of change, but you are ultimately getting a replica race bike for that.
Yeah, which is, it is literally what, Jen Jackson won a national title on.
Yeah.
Are there any more of the OMX builds?
Yep, so there's a spec down from that, it's the M Pro. Same suspension, but on the XT group set as opposed to the XTR, so that's where you're saving your change. That is £6,599.
Wow.
Or, $6,899 and euros, which is cool. Both these builds are available through Orbea's Myo platform. So you can sort of tweak things, crank length, bar width, stem length, and colour. Yeah,
you can go really wild. You can make a really cool-looking bike, or what you think is cool, but maybe a colleague doesn't really like.
Yeah, it's down to you. It's your bike.
It is.
Do what you want.
Yeah, literally. Myo. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
We mentioned the Myo, not the Myo, so the OMR layup as well. So it's slightly heavier build, but same sort of ride qualities as well. The M10 comes with top-tier Fox suspension, Float Factory and a Float Factory 34, and the XT Di2 group set, and that comes in at £5,699 or just under $6,000 in euros.
Nice. Well, there we go. It's like a race replica, basically. Very fun. Okay, changing the topic very quickly.
Yep.
But still a racy bike to a degree.
Yep.
So Ritchie have got a P29, which effectively isn't new, but the tricolour fade is.
Oof.
Which it also isn't actually new.
It's a bit of a throwback.
It is,
nice. Cool.
It is.
Love a throwback.
It throws back for quite a while, so it's like the colourway that I guess lots of race bikes were known for Ritchie. So it's like a blue, white, red. I think I've got that the right way around. So like Frischi and lots of others raced to lots of podiums and world championships way back when. We had a brief discussion actually. I didn't realise, you weren't in on that era, but I keep forgetting that In terms of geometry, so it's kind of like, Richie says it's XC geometry. I'd say it's a little bit sort of like steeper to a degree, but it's still very nice. It's still got triple butted tubing. That's kind of like a classic. And it's got the pictures are really fun because we've got two different builds. We've got a more traditional mountain bike build, and then we've got a more, drop bar mountain bike one, which might be controversial, but it's out there. It's designed around a 100mm fork, or you can run this rigid fork. And officially, it's only got clearance for 2.3s, but on the pictures, you can get 2.4s in there, which I think would be really fun. What other stats does it have? Well, cable routing is really innovative. It's external. So there's...
Come again?
Yeah, exactly. Have a look at the pictures to understand. It might be too confusing. Doesn't have UDH either, so maybe that segments it into a certain bracket of rider. Impressive, though, is weights are around 23 pounds.
Not bad.
Not bad. I think that's brilliant. I've not ridden this version, the newer version. I've ridden an older version, really old. It had a cure on the back end. But I can confirm that a Ritchie Steel ride, it is a real iconic thing. It's very, very nice. Right, prices for the frame only start at $1,319 or 1,199 euros or 1,044 pounds. So not too bad. Build your own. What do you think? Do you like the iconic Ritchie bike? Are you into steel bikes? Let us know in the comments down below.
Cool. And then last thing we've got is this slacker device, which I think you've done a little bit more reading into than I have, so I'll leave it to you. Yeah,
it's a really interesting one because like setting sag can be an engaging process. We've done videos on it. I feel like we've both done videos on it at some point because it's one of the best upgrades that you can do to your bike is setting it right. And we've done some great ways of detailing how to set it up. But with some suspension designs, with some coil shocks, it can be quite an engaging process. It can be quite tricky. So newer to the mountain bike market, brand Slacker, they've worked heavily in the motocross world before. They've got a whole new way that they reckon is more innovative, definitely, and actually a better way than measuring what we do in the mountain bike world, which is measure the O-ring. So they're saying, and I think they've got some valid points here, which is opposed to measuring what the shock is doing and potentially getting a very small measurement because there's not that much stroke movement compared to the rear wheel, is we should be measuring rear axle. And that's where we should be measuring sag. But then you immediately kind of go, hang on, how the heck am I going to measure that? Aha, they have a device. It looks really interesting. We're going to have lots more news on it, hopefully, in the future. Pricing for this device and the little kit that you have to kind of use is from $240 US. But let us know. What do you think about this? Are you really keen to see an easier way to set up suspension? I think this has got, I think this could be really good. I'm really interested. Let us know in the comments down below.
Quiz time!
Lovely. We like that. What was the quiz last week? I can't remember.
Off the back of the FSA announcement with Mr. Tom Pidcock and his very dominant win.
He smashed it, didn't he?
I asked, where was Tom Pidcock's first Elite World Cup XC win?
Because he's won on the cross bike. He's won off-road before. It's annoying how off-road isn't on GMBN, I think, but that's a whole separate thing. Cool. Where was it? I don't know, to be fair.
So it was Novia Mesto, May 16th, 2021.
Wow. That's quite a while ago.
It is.
Gee, there you go. Super. So, correct answers from Tim. Yay! Thanks, Tim. Lots of people are going to be on the screen now. Is this true? This first World Cup XC win since Gary Ford in 1994? I
believe so,
Wow. They are in men.
In men.
Because I think Evie Richards has done all right.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right. No. Okay, we've got a new question, and we showed that Richie. And I realised that I was like, that's so cool, because it reminds me of this bike, because it's back in the 90s. I feel like I'm challenging people to shrink the number of winners even smaller. So can you name a Ritchie team racer that won the Worlds in 1991 on a bike that had a similar paint job? I think it's a really challenging question. Answers in the comments down below. Cool stuff that we have seen.
Yes.
I'll go for this one first because I think it's brill.
Yep.
New House Metalworks. We've shown lots of their bikes before. They're a frame builder, frame builders, and they do lots of custom stuff, but they also do sort of off the peg stuff as well.
Yeah.
And we've talked about the Hummingbird before because it seemed like a nice steel, sort of affordable custom frame only option, not custom stock build. But I haven't seen this rad paintwork before. No. This is called Granite. And yeah, I mean, you could say it rocks, but I think it's really amazing. Let me know if you like it down in the comments.
Cool. What have I seen in 10BC?
Yes.
Just doing some pretty gnarly trials riding on a bike that you probably wouldn't expect to be doing gnarly trials riding on.
Yeah.
So we have got a Nikolai with some Inten dual crown forks on them.
And some very high-rise bars. I'm kind of trying to find out what those bars are. And we're going to dip back into the wonderful world of custom bikes because I feel like it's quite fun to just, for dream. It's aspirational, isn't it? Firefly, they're titanium masters, and that's kind of known. They're teasing us about a new ATB. We featured one of their ATBs before, but at the moment we can see that it's single speed. We know it's tight, of course, and then it's got this wild anodizing. I'm very looking forward to seeing what the rest of the bike looks like. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll be horrified and it'll have like a really ugly bar on and it will put me off. But let us know what you think of those bikes and if they're cool or not in the comments.
Time for hashtag #askgmbntech.
Great. What have we got?
This week's question comes from Gab Sadeh. I think I've said that right.
Yeah.
If I buy an MX MTB frame and want to run it full 27.5, can I go up in travel? I assume it means on the fork to keep that geometry similar, or isn't it that simple? Is there a way to do it?
Right, okay, I guess we need to outline what MX is.
Yep.
Mixed wheel size, where you've got different wheel sizes. Often you'll have a bigger wheel at the front and a smaller one on the back.
Yep.
A while ago it used to be 24 at the back and 26 at the front.
Yep.
Pretty much now the standard is you've got a 29 up front and a 650B or 275 in the rear. By changing out that bigger front wheel, it changes lots. So yes, it does affect the geometry. Could you put a longer fork on? Effectively, you could. It'd have to be quite a lot longer, so you'd have to check if it's compatible with your frame. It's also going to muck up where your bottom bracket is, even if you kind of, stick a longer fork on, it's probably going to make it slacker. So there's going to be a lot of changes. Yeah. It's not, I don't think, as simple. On the rear, often with bikes, there's a flip chip which helps accommodate the geometry change. But even then, effectively, all you're doing is making the bike a bit slacker. Whereas if you're taking out the front wheel and making that smaller, it's complicated. And I would say that, yes, there's a way around of putting a longer travel fork on, but I don't think that solves it all. So you could.
Yeah, it's doable. But do you want, obviously you want to do it, but not really something we'd maybe recommend doing.
No, I think it depends on where you're riding as well. Like if you're doing loads of dirt jumps, then I can understand why you'd want to, but it is messing up the geometry quite a lot on the bike. So then you're like, let us know about the bike. We'll be able to comment in more detail then. It'd be good. Thanks.
Cool. Time for your comments now. We love reading them. We love responding to them. So make sure you get them down below. We had some really good ones last week because we were talking about underbiking versus overbiking.
We did, quite the conundrum. Melted Cube TV 9379. Every bike has a time and a place. There we go. Yeah. So there is no underbiked or overbiked. You're potentially just on the wrong bike at that time. So thus you'll be on the right bike at another time.
At some point. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, cool.
Okay,
next one, we've got 4-rocker. Underbiked means, you learn the skills, learn how to ride properly. Overbiked, masking poor technique and not having to make important decisions on the fly, which is exactly the trap I fell into. I didn't have correct technique. That's why I kind of went into the berm, not around the berm. And I just broke stuff because I had no technique. So
there we go. Right. Elomon, we'll go with that. My bike is underridden. Yeah. I think every bike is underridden. Apart from, I'd say that if you're a pro cross-country racer, probably riding your bike too much. So you could probably just back down.
Chill out.
That'd be fine,
We've got Roger 9405. Honestly, if you have a good trail bike, you won't be underbiked or overbiked 90% of the time. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty balanced now.
They are. That's...
range of trail bikes is so wide.
Yeah, it is. Wongay MTB. I've ridden the same trail on my gravel bike and my 150 or 140mm travel bike. Both are fun.
Yeah.
I think that nails it. That is that's the key bit. Is it fun? Yay! Right, cool.
Yep. Rob Hill, 00. Overbike for me gives you more of a buffer. I've chain bikes now for a bike which is pretty much spot on travel and weight-wise. Awesome, good work.
Yeah, I think that is the balance, isn't it? That modern trail bikes are really, really good. Are people cross-country racing? Go for a cross-country bike. If you're just riding trails, go and have fun and enjoy. Wild theory there from that, which is really good. Smith and Short Dogs says BSA Birmingham Small Arms. Yeah, sorry. That was my error. I said British Small Arms. Massive error to make. I do apologise. I think it's time we segue into what are we looking forward to this coming week?
Yes, so a couple of videos from me.
Wow!
Brace yourselves. So we've got a tyre explainer.
Oh, good,
which is exciting, and a deep dive into chain dampers.
Ooh. Okay, that is fun. Yeah. Right. Don't forget, you can click to win prizes. I believe that there's like a Garmin. I believe that there's helmets. You can scan the QR code. You can do lots of stuff, and that's taking part in the survey. It does take a little while, but it helps. Well, it helps us all get to know each other better, and that means that we can all get along a lot better. And I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah.
So don't forget to take part in that, and we'll see you next time. If you've got thoughts on those bikes, all of those bikes, and the mild mess that maybe we're in, or maybe it's just one company is in, let us know in the comments down below.